Alright, so in this one, we're going to be going over this LF tier list. Now, this man, Booge, this is in his server, he has a channel, I'll probably pop it on screen right here. He's just going to start uploading because I've told him to upload because, well, you play in Japanese servers, you know what you're talking about because you're playing against the best of the best. Figure, well, why not just tell him, hey, you start uploading. So, he's doing that. Check him out if you'd like to, but this is the big list we usually check from this man, this guy, and it's usually pretty accurate, right? But this one, I think it's a very hot take, but let's look at it, right? So he made a sparking one of all sparkings just like until B tier, then he made a team tier list, but don't really care about those right now. I want to focus on this because Super Vegito's on this one in particular. That's more important to, I guess, how LFs are viewed in the whole scheme of Legends, right? So let's look at it, right? This is the right one, right? Yeah, it is. So the LF unit tier list. Now, there's two stipulations. One, they're all 14 stars. The other, so let's say you have full power Frieza there. Then you have Revival Gohan where he is. 5 places in between the units swapping is still valid in his opinion. So again, if you were to swap Full Power Frieza and Revival Gohan, that'd still be a valid placement for both units. That's how it's viewed. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm looking at Super Vegito. Yeah, I'm looking at Super Vegito. But, let's get into it. So, personally, I would say Goku Vegeta are their own tier, but he is rating Goku Vegeta same tier as Sword Hope Trunks and Gogeta 4. I do think these are in order, by the way, just each tier, each unit in each tier per the tier. So obviously Full Power Frieza being the best of Z, yada yada yada. It's in that order, right? So Goku Vegeta, again, I do think are in their own tier, personally. They are the best purple in the entire game. You can run them on any singular team and have no struggle. With like Sword of Hope Trunks, you need to run, obviously, a Future or Vegeta Clan-esque build to get his endurance to, you know, always be there, but Goku Vegeta, you run them on Super Saiyans, I've seen them on Regen, I've seen them on literally every team in the game, every other match in the game, if not every single match in the game. Goku Vegeta are insane. Do they deserve to be this insane? Yes, they are from, obviously, a big celebration, and you know what? Last year was a big letdown comparably because, hey, we got UI Goku who 2 months later, not even 2 months, a month later, was getting shit on because Gogeta Blue and LF Broly were just double, triple, quadruple the units of UI Goku. And now, we have Goku Vegeta, who, spoilers, are not going to get shit on by the New Year's unit. I honestly can't see a circumstance where the New Year's unit surpasses Goku Vegeta. I can't, because how do you introduce something like this mechanic of double color advantage, basically, and have somebody surpass that a month later? That's insane. You know, props to Legends. If nothing else, I fucking hate Goku Vegeta, but props to them for thinking of something so unique. Like, legitimately, I am proud of Legends for thinking of something this, like, creative, because who the fuck would have thought, yes, we'll have this guy be one color, but in reality, he's actually this color when you tag out, not even swap out. It's kind of cool, honestly, but it's fucking annoying to run into Goku Vegeta every match. Obviously, them being a boost unit is going to amplify them here. If I were to think about it without boost, maybe, Goku Vegeta are still top 3 in my opinion. I do think maybe Gogeta 4 is a little bit better. And Sword Hope Trunks, I would say, is barely top 10. I've said this multiple times that the boost amplifies your defenses so much more than your offenses because you're really building up units offensively with Z abilities, right? You're not going to have full fucking defense Z abilities. That's not going to work. But then you have equipment on top of the boost where you're building your Trunks defense because, again, he is meant to tank, right? The more the enemy's attacking, the more he's going to tank, the more cut he builds up. And then you kind of have him nuke at the end, and you have, like, Future Gohan take some hits so he can start nuking, because obviously at 50% support, Future Gohan offers after being hit once, then it just ramps up and ramps up and ramps up and ramps up. So I feel like Trunks would fall lower because his defenses, being pure defenses, lowering that much is going to be very negative to him, while Goku Vegeta are still going to have these crazy offenses. Sure, they might not do 70% on one blue card after the boost goes away, but they'll still do about 50% on one blue card 5 counts into a match because, well, balance, right? Sort of Hope Trunks, again, I've said this 3 times now. I think Goku Vegeta are their own tier. I do think Sword of Hope Trunks is fucking insane. I do rate him as the second best LF in the entire game as well. Again, these guys are at 14 stars, and more defensive type units scale better at 14 stars. If we were to look at somebody like, I don't know, LF Piccolo. Like, you don't see 14-star LF Piccolos, right? But if you're thinking about LF Piccolo 14 stars, like, oh my god, he's a wall beyond walls. LF Zenkai Frieza at high stars. Like, these defensive supportish type units are very good walls at higher stars, and Sword of Hope Trunks is no exception. If you were to, like, compare him to another strike-based unit, I guess, I would say Corrupted Merge Masu has crazy fucking durability at 14 stars. Sword of Hope Trunks is kind of in that boat, because, again, they're both building up cut as a combo goes on, and obviously that's gonna... Oh, a phone call. I was gonna be like, what the fuck is that? Gonna ignore that, but obviously the combo goes on, the more damage, or, well, damage received, I guess, Trunks will take. Well, less damage received. But yeah, Sword of Hope Trunks, very fucking cracked. Appreciate him for existing, because, well, we always needed a Puddle Gohan partner. Am I right? Or am I right? Gogeta 4. Gogeta 4 is Z+. I don't see a debate where he can't be. I know people are saying, hey, Goku Vegeta exists. Cool. What does that matter when my unit's going neutral 4 times? What? 1 on my own choice, and then 3 on the cover. I'm gonna fucking answer this phone call because I'm gonna fucking freak out. You guys probably can't even hear it because it keeps... I love spam callers. They're great. But anyways, Gogeta 4 can go neutral 4 times. Crazy defenses for first combo, obviously at 80% cut. If you don't play, I would say, silly, you can obviously optimize that to always be during a full combo instead of, hey, okay, they tap blasted me, okay, they tap attacked me. Like, if you learn how to optimize it, he will have that incredible tanking, at least for a decent while. Or if you really just are, I guess, picky about coming in with him, but... I mean, let's say someone does a blue card and you know it's coming. Well, I have that 80% cut with Gogeta 4. Let me just come in with him then. Fuck the cover change at that point. Let me just get all that damage reduction we have with that 80% cut, right? Incredible damage with any arts card. Just straight up, because the new plat, obviously the plat does carry him substantially. It does fill out his second unique and then gives him even, I mean, I would say close to a third unique at that point, because that plat... General damage inflicted is crazy. All that health he gets is crazy. The defenses is one of the most defensive equips in the game. And that's just 1 slot. Gogeta 4 is still a menace. And people are downplaying him because... Goku Vegeta are purple? And if that's a real reason, then that's the stupidest argument I've ever seen. Because Gogeta 4 can be advantage to Vegeta. So, what does that mean? Doesn't really make sense to me. But, I do think he does fit in Z+ here. Full Power Frieza. Now, Full Power Frieza, I do see the value, for sure. Rose and Full Power Frieza, I'm not going to deny their value, because I do think they are very, very valuable to this meta. Both nullify endurance. I pointed this out when I made my own list, obviously pre-Super Judo Zenkai, but I pointed this out. They both nullify endurance fully, and you're in a meta of Future Gohan, endurance. Sword of Hope Trunks, endurance. 2 endurance units. 2 optimal, top tier, broken choices paired together, both have endurance, and you have 2 nullifiers right there. I think Full Power Frieza is a better unit than LF Rose. You know, both are very squishy, so you can't really compare the defenses because, again, both are very squishy, but damage-wise, Full Power Frieza has that, I mean, actually, they both have the AoE. Full Power Frieza does have the AoE. Blue card just feels like it hits harder than Rose's. I know Rose's does go neutral, but Full Power Frieza has sub-count manipulation, destroys Dragon Balls on come-in. I think it's 2 times, kind of like LF Perfect Cell. While, you know, Rose has this chance to destroy them. They're pretty fucking similar in their kit. Frieza's main ability is just better, though. I think he's buffing ultimate damage and gets Vanish back on it, on top of his ult just fucking nukes. Rose's ult, you know, it does fine damage. It's nothing crazy, but it's not giving him like such a substantial thing compared to Frieza. I do think Frieza is just a better unit. Now, to rate Full Power Frieza above LF Rose and Future Gohan, all that, I do think is a little strange, because while Full Power Frieza is a better unit than LF Rose, Future exists, and, I mean, Future is, in my opinion, number 1. I would say it's Future, movies, and then, I know people are going to laugh at this, Vegeta Clan. Vegeta Clan with Goku Vegeta, Sword of Hope Trunks, and Evolution Blue is fucking cracked. I'm going to use that team tomorrow and show you guys. But Future is better than everything else in the game. So I would honestly put Rose higher, but I put them both lower on the list for sure. Rose does scale incredibly at 14 stars, by the way. Just to let you guys know, he is fucking cracked at 14 stars. Like, he is never underrated when he's higher stars. Kind of like some LFs here that'll always be underrated. Corrupted Merge Masu, one of those units that scale, probably the best scaling 14-star LF in the game. Can nullify endurance after you pop main ability, but thing is that takes some time, and it's not even forever. I think it's for 30 counts, if not 20 counts, that he starts nullifying endurance. But he is incredible. He does incredible damage. He really doesn't lack when he's at 14 stars, and he's just a menace to all. So I'm not surprised by his ranking there. But this confuses me, why Future Gohan is this low. Future Gohan, to me, I want to call him Z+. If not Z+, he is the top of Z. If I were to order this, in my opinion, right now, I would say Future Gohan. Yeah, Future Gohan. Future Gohan, Evolution Blue Vegeta, Revival Gohan, then Rose, then Full Power, then Rose, then Full Power Frieza, then Corrupted Merge Zamasu. That's how I'd rate this Z tier. Yeah, because that's all it is, right? That's how I'd rate it. Future Gohan, the best support unit in the game. You have to call him a support unit this time because he is. That's it. You're not going to amplify his damage. You're not going to do that. You build him durably because he's a support unit. You allow him to tank, eat hits, support your Sword of Hope Trunks, support your Evolution Blue, support your Goku Vegeta. Allow them to nuke because he is a glorified support unit who is named a melee-based unit because of whatever the fuck reason. Given he can go neutral, he can steal some arts cards, but you're using him as a disruptor and as a support. You're not using him as your damage dealer, and if you use him that way, he is a Z tier, top of Z tier option, just easily. Evolution Blue, I said it, his value went down because most revival units aren't being run. You look here, look at where all the revival units are. Oh wait, there are none because LF revival is the only relevant thing, right? Because you look here, the only relevant fucking LF that's from a time period of when revival was just coming out, you know, left and right. Clapku, Dogghan, fucking Green Revival Gohan, Cell, which is in that time frame of when Revival Gohan obviously came out. They stand no test to LF Revival Gohan, who is deemed #1 in the game for a good while on his release and months after. And thing is, Evolution Blue, you're only facing against Revival Gohan, and you're barely facing him, so it's like, where's my value in Evolution Blue when I can get one carded by Goku Vegeta? And yes, you have to understand that circumstance does exist. You know, maybe Corrupted Merge Zamasu can't get one carded by Goku Vegeta because, you know, he doesn't ever gain full advantage on him. But Evolution Blue, who can, that's a thing that exists, and you have to acknowledge it. Given it sucks, like, I have to acknowledge one unit that has double advantage, and I have to compare, like, a yellow to a fucking green getting one shot by the same unit. It's silly, but you have to think about it like that. Evolution Blue lost a lot of his value with revival units not being as meta. Even though I do think he is great on his own, he just doesn't do enough on his own to carry himself higher than this, is what I'd say. But I don't think he's bad, though. Revival Gohan is a liability. I mean, I'm just, you know, whatever with it, right? I mean, I've accepted it at this point. I'm happy at this point that he's a liability because he was broken. You know, Goku Vegeta are broken now. They probably won't become liabilities because they have no negative to their kit. You know, maybe their defenses struggle, sure, but they still have cut. They still heal like 100 or 200k per card used, like in a full combo. They'll heal from about 400k to like 1.3, 1.5 million HP. Like, they don't really have a negative to them. While Revival Gohan, obviously the revival mechanic has been countered out since, I mean, near its inception, right? You look at Cell, and then just a couple months later, we had counters out to Cell. And at this point, we have so many anti-revival, just even right here, above Gohan right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of them are in Z+ tier. One's right next to him. And then even below him, we have just a few with Cell, 8 Vegeta. Like, we have way too many anti-revival units. that just fuck him up. The only setup I would say Gohan is even usable on is PPR hybrids, which is a very glass-based setup. So if you want to run him there, for sure, but I just think his revival's a liability, especially when you're running into Goku Vegeta and or Sword of Hope Trunks every single match, who both have anti-revival mechanics. It's like, why would you even bring Gohan at this point? There's literally no positive to him unless your opponent just sucks and you can just fuck with Gohan, because even though he is a liability in his pre-revival state to where he does revive, he still is basically a dark type if you just get him going on a PPR setup. S+. I'm just letting you guys soak it in real quick. Super Vegito above Namek Goku, FSK, Piccolo, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, 8 Vegeta, Cell, Kid Buu, and Gogeta Blue. So, I love Super Vegito Zenkai, right? I was just running him earlier on Super Saiyans, and oh my god! You know, I was killing yellows. I was fighting some Gogeta Blues somehow. I was like, oh my god, this is fun. Like, Gogeta Blue. Like, nothing too crazy. I can actually kill in one combo with my purple. And I thought about that. I can kill this yellow in one combo with my purple, but yet people are shitting on this purple. Must not be too bad. Clearly, this man agrees, because Super Vegito. Okay. So, above Namek, I'm going to hard disagree, because I know JP players are cracked with Namek Goku, so I'm going to hard disagree on that. Above FSK, I can understand. Above LF Piccolo, I acknowledge it. I don't know if it's true, but I acknowledge it, right? Above Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I can't argue that I feel that's true, but above everyone else below that, I do think it's true. So if I were to rate them, I would put probably Super Saiyan 3 Goku, top of S+, then I would put Namek Goku. They're interchangeable, I would say, actually. Then I would put LF Piccolo, then Super Vegito, then FSK, then 8 Vegeta, then Cell, then Kid Buu, then Gogeta Blue. That's how I'd rate this, personally. But I was told Super Vegito is this high because Mono Purple is a team that you're running into. Goku Vegeta, Super Vegito, and, I mean, whatever the fuck else purple you want to run at that point, right? Because you have that double color synergy with the same unit, Goku Vegeta themselves, on top of Super Vegito, who can just nuke and do everything. I mean, Super Vegito is one of the better support units in the game right now because he has general support while the enemy uses a card. Not while he's hit, not while this specific thing, no. The enemy clicks a card, they cancel it, okay, thank you. The enemy clicks 3 green cards, thank you. I got my 30%, or whatever, is it 10% he gives? I think it's 10% per card used, right? 30% per 15 timer counts. Like, that's one of the best support abilities in the game. And Super Vegito has that. For no reason. Right? It's not like he needed it. He didn't need to support anybody. He doesn't fucking need that. But he does. His build-up, I would say, is his only negative. For sure. I do think it is, you know, resolved when you do have the new equipment on him. The new plats and the gold that is for Fusion Super Saiyans. I do think it is fixed once you get those equipments. But without those equipments, I do think he is a slow starter. Besides that, I really don't see an issue with Super Vegito. You know, I've had a situation, and this is a situation you plan for. It's not a situation that's just like, hey, that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. No, it's a situation you plan for, where Super Vegito, I popped my main. It's on video, by the way. Popped my main against an FSK that was last man standing. That FSK did a blue card. It did 500k to my LF Super Vegito. Last man standing, FSK. A blue card. That's a situation you plan for because you know Super Vegito's main, you know FSK's main, you know what can happen in that situation. You plan for it. You can counter out units like that. Namek Goku, similar story. He has cancelable buffs. The thing is with Namek Goku is it's timer count based, right? So after 8 timer counts, let's say I swap into my Super Vegito, that's a last man standing Namek Goku. Goodbye Namek Goku buffs, given he does have some uncancelable, but his big buffs come from being cancelable. Most last man standing big buffs come from being cancelable, right? Like, Goku Vegeta have cancelable buffs. Sword Hope Trunks' cut that he has is cancelable. So if I just pop a main into an ultimate to a Sword Hope Trunks from full HP, I'm going to one-shot him because I'm canceling all his cut that he already had on me, given, combo compensation and all that. But in most scenarios, I can just one-shot him. And that's valuable. I mean, that's one of the most valuable things in the game, to just OHKO a unit. Super Vegito having that ability is crazy. Hitmon fusions with Majin and Gogeta 4 is insane because Majin supporting, Super Vegito supporting, allowing Gogeta 4 to nuke, who is up there in Z+. Super Vegito is one of the best LF Zenkais in the game. I don't dispute that, but this high is a little bit gassed. Namek Goku I already went over. FSK, I've said it a million times, he's fallen off. He's good, but he needs help to do good. That's just as simple as that. Sure, he can do okay, mid-game, but is he doing what Evolution Blue is doing? Is he doing what Carlton Red's Monster is doing? Is he doing the utility of LFRS? Is he doing the utility of Full Power Freeze? Is he doing the utility of Gogeta 4? The healing, the durability of Sword Hope Trunks, the durability of Goku Vegeta, who heals infinitely like they are fucking Angel Vegeta mixed with Vados. No. FSK does Blast, and FSK does Blast. That's it. Which I don't think is necessarily bad for him. It's honestly good for the game that FSK is aging at this point. LF Piccolo, I don't see his value in this meta. Again, having him above 3Q is very interesting to me because all he does endurance-wise, which is what you're really thinking about here, is his blue card. And that's fine, but it's like, he's a slow starter, and I feel like that's just a big negative to him, where I wouldn't rate him above 3Q. That's it. I just think he's way too slow, and, people will argue, hey, Super Vegito's the same thing. Yeah, but Super Vegito is doing 20 times more, and his teams just allow more, situations for him to just be fine. Like, if I run him on Saiyans, I can just heal shit off. I'm supporting while getting my ass beat. LF Piccolo is just getting his ass beat, right? People play him very slowly, LF Piccolo. If people play him quicker, maybe I rate him higher, but people play him slowly to get, like, that situation where, oh, I can double vanish with my main ability, blah, blah, blah. That stupid shit. Where in reality, if you just play him quicker, he can look a lot better earlier on. People play him very slow, which kind of, it's just a player issue at that point, but everyone does it. I do it. Like, people play him very slow, LF Piccolo. 3Q, again, I kind of get it, kind of don't get it when people lower the green units by a fuck ton of margin. But I don't think it's because his green-wise lowered. I do think it's because he's slow. Again, Goku Vegeta, I get it. Color advantage, but 3Q is one of the best defensive stats in the game, and he's taking 60% to a blue card from Goku Vegeta 3 timer counts in. Like, that's a situation that happens, and then 3Q's taking, I don't know, 80 counts, I think, or 60 counts, whatever it is, a long time compared to Goku Vegeta to even be at his peak. And then even at his peak from his uniques, he still wants to build up his ultimate, but they're not going to be swapping to Vegeta. And yes, Goku Vegeta swapping in and out from Goku Vegeta is the same thing as, like, a swap to your standby unit, right? So let's say LF Broly is in the battlefield, and I swap to Vegeta from Goku. Well, LF Broly is going to heal then, because that unique of when I swap, he heals, that exists. That is what Goku Vegeta have. It's the same wording, right? So 3Q, I'm not going to swap to Vegeta when I'm facing off against the 3Q. Sure, maybe if he were a different color, obviously I do that, but him being green, it's like, okay, I'll just stay in with Goku. I don't need to even build up this blue card damage because I'm just going to nuke the shit out of you because I'm unbalanced, right? He is slow, and him being slow does lower him. 8 Vegeta. I get why he's above Cell, Kid Buu, and Gogeta Blue. He is one of the better scaling 14-star LFs. And he'll do okay damage to Blues, but, who's really the biggest Blue threat? Sort of Hope Trunks, right? And then, obviously 8 Vegeta's team can kind of deal with that. I would say more Saiyans if you're going to run them on Saiyans. With, like, Purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku, because he's going to nullify endurance after popping main ability, and you can kind of deal with Sword Hope Trunks there. Then you have 8 Vegeta with the endurance, and dealing with other stuff. On top of Vegeta Clan being a top 3 team in the game, it makes sense why he actually is above these other 3 behind him, but 8 Vegeta definitely is nothing god tier, compared to what I initially thought of him, at least. LF Cell is kind of the same thing as Evolution Blue. The thing is, Evolution Blue is 10 times better. Well, it's even worse, honestly. Cell is very meta-horror-oriented, so if you're not up against a, basically, Revival Gohan type of situation, Cell's not going to be peaked out. I mean, he does more to Saiyans, but he does more to hybrids, right? He wants to be up against the revival unit. There's no revival units really in the meta. That just plummets his value. It's simple as that. If there's no revival units for the anti-revival, your value goes down. And again, people are going to argue Gogeta 4. The thing is, Gogeta 4 is not only built around the fact of anti-revival, it's just another asset to him, right? Gogeta 4 is built around the fact that he can go neutral, he can eat, he can do all this shit on top of just being really fucking good in the process, and on top of having the anti-revival mechanic, right? He's not built just for anti-revival, similar to Goku Vegeta and Sword Hope Trunks, while Cell, he really wants that so he can just fuck everything up. And again, he is very linear in who he wants to fight, obviously, because he's not going to be peaked out against a lot of matchups, and just not good. Kid Buu, I do think Kid Buu's overrated. You know, on every list, I do think here, actually, he is pretty normally rated. I don't think there's much argument on that. I think he's fine. Early game, he can be slow, for sure. But, I don't know. I don't see his value to be that incredible, but I kind of get why he is here, because he's not terrible. He's just not that incredible, at least to me. I would say a lot of people probably disagree with that, but just my take. Gogeta Blue, he's a sub option, so it makes sense why he's that low. He's still fine, it's just he's a sub option, right? You're not going to really run the sub option, obviously. And then S tier. Oh, he didn't put Super Saiyan 4 Goku on this. What a little fucker, huh? That was a troll on purpose, I assume, right? Okay. S tier. So LF Zenkai Frieza over Goten, over Vegito Blue, over Broly, over Majin Vegeta, over UI Goku. Okay. I do think Zenkai Frieza has more value than Goten. I don't know if Zenkai Frieza is better team-wise than Goten. I would say team-wise Goten wins just because PPR hybrids, and I do honestly value Goten in a circumstance where he's close to Rival Gohan because of all the anti-rival units. So I would say Goten's better than Zenkai Frieza just because of the anti-revival. Well, because the anti-revival that fucks over Rival Gohan, it makes Goten's value go up. And Frieza wants to be run on more specific teams. And, I mean, you can run him other places, but it's like, I don't know. I think Zenkai Frieza's like kind of an enigma. He's just in a weird spot, right? Frieza Force is nothing cracked. I mean, we are getting the Broly Chile Zenkai presumably this week, and that is going to be a very strong blue. You know, we do have Nappa right now, which is okay, very underrated unit, but he's nothing crazy. I do think Broly Chile could actually make Zenkai Frieza kind of have an identity, because I think right now he just kind of is in the middle of like, hey, I could be here, 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 but I can't really be anywhere peak-wise. I do think Broly Chile could actually amp that with the amount of green cards they draw, Zenkai Frieza comboing green card off a cover change, and all that subcount manipulation and all those blue cards. It could actually make him have an identity. But for now, I'd say Goten's above Zenkai Frieza. Vegito Blue above Broly? I only disagree with that because Super Saiyans right now just got a big boost in a blue-blue-purple setup, which I was just running again earlier with, I was running Broly, and I never fucking run Broly, and I was running him with Super Vegito Bardock, and, you know, he was fucking, right? I have like a 10-star Broly, and he was fucking shit up. I would say Vegito Blue has more value in the circumstance of he has more utility, I guess, if you want to call it utility, because his green card's very fucking good. He can nullify special cover change on his ultimate. He does nullify endurance, which again is very important to this meta. Broly is not nullifying endurance, while Vegito Blue is. I could argue either of them above either or, but personally, I would say Broly is just better because of the big boost of power that Super Saiyans just got. That's all I'd say. Majin Vegeta above UI Goku, yeah, makes sense. UI Goku, you're mid, and then Beerus. Yeah, Beerus is just on a tier zone. Oh, he didn't even put LF Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta either. I mean, I guess not putting them just shows how lowly he's rating them. But, I mean, this is his LF tier list. All 14 stars, Zenkai's included, and obviously non-Zenkai's included. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's pretty accurate. You know, again, there's always going to be changes I would make to a tier list. But in a general sense, I don't think it's necessarily wrong. Like, I've seen a lot more, you know, NA players make hotter takes. I think these takes are fine. probably the biggest issue I'd have is future Gohan being that low when he is literally just sort of hope Trunks is like, he's like his dick sucker. Like that's literally it, because they just are in tandem together at this point. But let me know what you guys think of this LF tier list, and I'll see you guys in the next one.